My name is Joe Reichert. I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of the Saab Doctor. Today we're going to diagnose why the cheapest NG95 in the US doesn't have heat on the driver's side anymore. Yeah, let's get it pulled into the shop and then we'll go to a clip about what kind of happened this morning and what's been happening with it, and we'll start diagnosing it. Also, do me a favor in the comments, let me know if this camera is better than my GoPro was. I actually just bought a new camera. This is the first video with it, so I want to see kind of how it's doing and how it works. So thank you, and stay tuned. Let's go for riding the 9.5. Well, it's hard to not like this view, but we're going to take the NG today. Okay, so the heat is set to 82. And let's see if we can get this to focus. Oops. Yep, reading below 40 there. And let's take this and put this in the passenger side climate control. Because passenger side is set for 80. Oh, and that's rising rather quickly. I mean, that's at 60 already. It's hard to see. It's above 60. And it's gonna hit 80. So I have to figure out why the driver's side climate control is broken. Definitely not warm today. It's all of 23 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so now that you've seen what the 9.5 is doing, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually go and we're going to take the kick panel and the carpet and everything off so we can look at where the actuators are for the driver's and passenger side climate control. Alright, so you start off by removing these two clips. Then you take this piece, pull it out. At that point you will remove the electrical connections, which is going to be really difficult to do with one hand. So I'm going to actually just set the camera down and remove them. You remove this one and this one. To do this, I am just using a small screwdriver very carefully. Alright, then you pull that piece out. So next up, what we need to remove is this vent. The way you do that is there is a push button, and I am doing this all by feel right now, but it's tucked away in here. It's a little hard to get to. And it's the exact same type as the other ones that we just pulled out. So you push, pull this down, pull this out. Now you've removed these three push buttons. They all look the same. They're these where you have the push in, you just push them through and pull them down. If you pop the centers out of any of them, like this for example, you just take it, push it back in. I normally wait until I have it back together, but that's how it goes back together. Then what we do next is peel down the carpet. Okay, now getting a camera underneath here is difficult, which is why I'm using the GoPro. My apologies if it's not very stable. I believe that this actuator is our culprit right here. That actually looks like it's missing a screw on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start the car up and we're going to watch the motion. But before we do that, let me take a look at these gears. Okay, that actually looks like it moves pretty fluidly. I wonder if the actuator itself just stopped working. Well, we're gonna find out. So if you look in here, you'll see the white and black wheel. Those are actually for the air distribution. What we're looking at, possibly having an issue, is this right here. Now, one thing that I've kind of figured out is that as this gets warm, as this box gets warm, and this is the heater core right here, so as this gets warm, the gear seems to work better. When it's cold, that's when there's issue. This is going to be near impossible to do on camera, so I'm going to remove this bolt and this bolt up here and pull that out, and we'll check out the gears. Okay, so I pulled out the motor, tested it when it was out. It tested out fine, it's actually working. However, when I put it back in, it feels like when the motor hits a little bit of tension, it's binding. So I actually don't know if that's the motor itself or something inside the heater box. I know what the easier one to replace is, and that's the motor, so I'll probably do that first. I've ordered the parts for it. I ended up ordering a lacrosse part for this because I can have it pretty quick. You can also get the parts off Saab parts. It's a $17 piece. Not a big deal. The only reason I went with the lacrosse part is because I can have it in my hands really quick, really quickly, and you could actually pick it up from your local Buick dealer if you wanted to as well. The actuator motor that they use in these, it crosses with, from what it looked like, Lacrosse, SRX, Camaro, Malibu. There were a handful of cars, so you can definitely get them easily wherever you live. Other than that, hopefully this fixes the problem, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to have a handful of updates coming out real quickly because I have a ton of projects. I'm actually getting this ready for my sister-in-law to drive. She's going to be driving this. My wife's going to be driving the 9.4. I'm taking both of their 9.3s apart. So my wife's is getting and I think I said this in the last video, but my wife's cross-wheel drive combi is getting suspension, it's getting the rear axles rebuilt, and then it's going to get tires in alignment and whatnot. So I'm going to have a video out on how to rebuild the axles, how to do a cross-wheel drive service, some information about suspension on those. And my sister-in-law's, I'm actually doing suspension and whatnot on her front-wheel drive 9.3, so you're going to have videos for both of those just for reference in the future. And then after all of that's done, after this is solved, hopefully it'll probably actually, once that's all released, it'll be around Christmas. I'm going to be probably doing the 9.4 extra differential that week, and then come the first of the year, we dig into the 9,000. So thank you for tuning in. All the social links are below. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and Saab on, folks.